Hello out there, it's Crafty Kristen with you once again, and today's feature topic is forgiveness. Forgiveness and mercy and grace. Our gospel lesson discusses the parable of the unmerciful servant. So we're talking about how important it is to forgive one another and care for and get along with one another. So to that end, I have a couple of crafts that are forgiveness related. We're going to start with the most involved one. And the short version is we're going to make some handcuffs or shackles. And the point being that forgiveness frees you and it can break the chains of resentment that can build up when you have a grudge or don't forgive someone. So for this, you'll need some paper. You'll need some aluminum foil if you want to embellish with extra decoration, stapler, scissors, markers for decorative purposes, and some pipe cleaners for extra bend and formation. So we're going to start by cutting our paper into strips. So you want to cut this into strips long enough to be chains. You can bend and fold it all the way, or you can just eyeball it if you don't care if it's really going to be straight. You can have it wider or skinnier than that, however you prefer. It just so happens that I've got some pre-cut strips handy. Now, the next step that you're going to do is these are going to be kind of the shackles, the manacles that go around you, if you will. Or alternatively, these can be the chain that goes in the middle. You can kind of do it either way. So let's say that we're going to make these the chain that go in the middle. What you're going to do is you're going to staple, just like you're making a paper chain. We've probably all made paper chains when we count down to Christmas or whatever, or for other fun paper chain purposes. There's lots of great craftiness to be had with a paper chain. So we're going to make this kind of the center of things. Now on one of these or on multiple of these, you're going to want to write your verse or your caption. So this, of course, can take a number of ways. I'm going to write, forgiveness breaks the chain, because that's the point of the craft, that bearing a grudge or being upset with someone can be kind of like being handcuffed. And when you forgive them, it has the power to break that chain. So here's our chain. You can make it longer or shorter as preferred. Now I'm going to make the manacle part, if you will. So you're going to use your pipe cleaner, and if you want to make this fun and make it seem more handcuffy, you're going to wrap some aluminum foil around your pipe cleaner. That way the aluminum foil has something sturdy to give it shape, the pipe cleaner, but it also looks kind of fun and more handcuffy. And if you wanted to do the aluminum foil around the paper as well, or around some other kind of paper to make it look completely silver-ish, completely metal, that's fine as well. So this is going to be the part that goes around our hand. Make sure you can fit through it like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And again, you can do this in a number of ways. If you wanted to do it with paper towel tubes and make those your chains or your manacles, that works as well, as long as it fits your wrist. Pardon the noise. So we now have our handcuffs. Now the point being that we have our little handcuffs here, and they may seem to be holding us, or holding us down, or holding us together in a not pleasant way. But with forgiveness, we're able to break the chain and free ourselves from what has held us down. So that's craft number one. Craft number two is pretty simple, or it can be as complicated as you like, as usual. So we're going to we're going to make almost like a Valentine. We're going to make a decorative heart, and we're going to put a pencil in the center. This could be something that you give to someone, or something that you keep as a reminder of the importance of forgiveness. Okay, yes, we want love. We want to say hi and goodbye. So we're going to start by making a heart the old-fashioned way. We're going to fold it over. We're going to cut kind of an ice cream shape, just like you did in good old elementary school when you made Valentine's, if you did that sort of thing. I mean, I sure did. And now we have our basic heart. Now we're going to decorate our heart. So you can do this with whatever kind of materials you like. You can use glitter. You can use stickers. You can use pom-poms. You can use markers. You can use crayons. You can use colored pencils. You can use whatever you prefer to make your heart just lovely. And then we're going to caption it. And maybe we'll say, forgive as you are forgiven. Or perhaps, again, if this is going to be a gift for someone, you might want to say something like, God forgives our sins, or I'm here for you, or something a little more encouraging. And then our point is forgiveness erases what's wrong. So now, to go with the eraser theme, you have a couple of choices. You can stick just a plain old eraser on there, or you can cut a slit back here. And into that slit, you can insert a pencil. And then you can tape it on the back if you'd like to secure it more. But there's your happy little pencil craft. Now, the final craft we're going to do is the one that you do if you are practicing math, or you have a lot of time on your hands, or you really want to communicate this point. The story today asks the question, or, well, the person in the story asks the question, how many times, Jesus, how many times should I forgive someone who's done something against me? And the response that Jesus gives sounds a little strange to us, because he said, you should forgive someone 70 times 7 times, which in the world that they were in was just this huge and massive complete number. 7 was a complete number in biblical terms. So 70 times 7 was like a super, super, super complete number. It was a really, really big number. And if you do that math, 70 times 7 is 490 for fun. But what we're going to do is we're going to remember how important it is to continue forgiving someone who has done us wrong by making a collage of 70. If you're short on time, I guess you could just go for 7, or you could do 49, I don't know. But what you're going to do is basically you're going to count something to 70. You're going to count something 70 times to emphasize this is a big number, or again, to practice math or just keep someone busy. So you're going to use a piece of paper, and you can, again, decorate it, caption it, remind yourself why there's a random 70 of something. Because Jesus was not saying that you could stop after 70, or that you could stop after 490 even, but go on and on and on, because we are forgiven that much. Disclaimer, when you're talking to kids, you want to remind them that, yeah, if someone keeps kicking you, out of it, at some point you need to walk away. Don't just let them kick you 70 times. But the point is, it's important to forgive because God forgives us. Now, what you're going to need is you're going to need a lot of something. You might want stickers. You might want something like candy, or maybe you want to glue on some lifesavers. I would not want to waste these on a craft because they're very delicious, but go for it if you have stale or expendable lifesavers. And then we're going to count. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry, I'm not going to actually count out all of these little stars. You could also, if you're short on time and or patience, you could do some sort of a little drawing, or maybe you just want to make dots. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whatever you decide to do, you're going to put 70 of those across the paper. And remember, that's a big number. And the amount that we are forgiven by God is even greater than that number. So how about we forgive others when they sin against us, because we have been forgiven. Not just once, but God has forgiven everything we've done and everything we're going to do. It's pretty spectacular and an important thing for us to remember. So, as usual, make these your own. Do with them what you will. This is just a springboard initial idea for you. Have fun, make some crafts, make some disciples. We'll see you next time.